Hello and welcome back with me, Admiral. Joining me back on Star Trek Fleet Command as always. Just want to put out there, thank you very much to all new subscribers. Everyone is doing an absolute great job trying to get me to 1,000 subscribers. So just keep smashing that subscribe button and then obviously liking as much as possible and commenting as much as possible as well. So as discussed in the last video, today's episode is going to be about the new and improved, well, not improved, but the new type of morale crew that you can use, and just maybe a couple of, certainly one variation of it, and then maybe a couple of others that could work and as well. Please let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, which you have on all the other videos so far, and I absolutely love them because people are telling me things that potentially I didn't know as well. So again, all the comments, I do read them all, I do reply to every single one, so please write down below if you think of other or like variations of crew layouts or anything on the lines of that. Before we get started, I am streaming in an hour and a half once this video goes live. So it will be at 9 o'clock UK time. So please come and join us. We will get into obviously the next generation arc and have a look at all the new things and all the new features for a couple of hours. And then, yes, so if you watch this video, don't forget to head over to the stream as well. So moving on into this video. So we're going to start off with obviously Ahora. So Ahora's ability, which is what a lot of people are using this ability here when fighting a player. Bearing in mind all of these for the morale, we are talking now, it is a morale crew layout, however it is PvP only, so just bear this in mind. You can't use this for PvE, so like I say, just bear this in mind. It is PvP only and it can be used anywhere within PvP. So moving on. So when fighting a player, as long as the ship has morale, Ahora removes 8% from the shield mitigation of the opponent's ship. And then obviously this will go up with her promotion ability. So just bear that in mind. Obviously mine's really low because she's only tier 1. But once she's fully maxed out, that mitigation will obviously go up. And that will be obviously quite substantial in the long run. Because obviously you're mitigating from the shields. So you're not directly taking shield health off. However, you're preventing the shields to mitigate some of the damage that you will be giving to that ship. So instead of the shield soaking up, say, 10,000 damage, by reducing it by 8%, sort of thing, 10% virtually, instead of you doing 10,000 damage to the shield, you'll actually only do 9,000. That extra 1,000 then would then obviously directly attack or impact the hull of the ship. So it's a very good ability, and obviously, like I say, that will go up depending on her level in terms of their ensign level and all the other features with that. Just their captain's ability, if you wanted to know, is when fighting players, as long as the ship has morale, Ahora decreases the opponent's critical hit chance by 10%. We're not going to go with that with this layout, but you definitely could use that as a captain ability. So the next one we're going to go for is when I can get to him. There he is. So we're going to go with Kirk. Kirk's going to be captain in this case because his captain ability is when fighting players at the start of each turn, as long as the ship has morale. James T. Kirk increases the damage of the energy weapons by 50% of the total defense of all the officers on the ship, which is cumulative. Therefore, you want to obviously impact, you want to put as much high defense on these ships that you're going to be using them on. Ideally, you're going to use these on some form of probably Explorer class due to the nature of it being only damage of energy weapons. And again, being cumulative, this can stack up pretty quickly and pretty fast. According to people that I've spoke to, this ability pops, or this morale ability pops all the time. So you kind of don't really need to worry about it too much because it kind of, according to what people have said, the ability pops quite regularly and the morale constantly keeps coming and keeps coming. Therefore, his captain's ability will constantly keep activating as well. But his secondary ability at the start of each round, if the ship's health is above 30% and its starting value, Kirk has a 75% chance of inspiring morale to the ship for this round. So obviously you've got to be a relatively high, well, it's 30% of its starting health. It's got to be above that. So even if you've lost health, it doesn't matter because it's still got to be above 30% of its starting value. So this ability can still keep popping and still keep potting depending on how hard the ship you're going against compared to obviously your health and stuff like that. But yeah, this ability just keeps popping, supposedly. I don't know, because obviously I don't have the character, as you can see. But with what I've been told so far, it does pop all the times, therefore making his captain's ability incredibly useful. And then you're going to partner him with Spock. So this is obviously TOS Spock. And then you're going to get his Prosper secondary as well. So when fighting players, as long as the ship has morale, Spock decreases the critical hit damage bonus of the opponent's ship by 50%. This is good because obviously the enemy team have some form of, say, hull breach or something like that to try and break through you. Obviously they're going to be getting potentially, or if they're using Khan or something like that, obviously their critical chance will go up. Therefore their critical hit damage may affect you as well. Therefore, if you can reduce that as much as possible, even when they do get a critical hit, with the chance going up, their damage will be significantly reduced, which is exactly what you don't want. Even if they don't have them type of characters, even getting the chances to, even the damage reduced, because as everyone knows, if you critically hit a ship, then obviously you do an incredible amount of damage to the ship in comparison to a normal hit. So if you can reduce that damage, then this is a very, very useful ability. Again, this just to ride on home, this is PvP only, so just bear that in mind. So these are predominantly PvP style. These are virtually designed for territory wars. So you can use these for territories. You can use these obviously just if you're hunting people around the galaxy, but predominantly probably for territories, which is what most people are probably going to use them for, I would imagine. So let's say we go out of there, head down to who else is in this sort of bunch, and who else that you may potentially use, you might not use. It depends on obviously your opinions and stuff. And then we'll come on to the next generation characters, as you can see down here in an upcoming video, see what they're all made of. But a lot of people are also using Leonard McCoy. So Leonard McCoy, they're using his captain's ability and they're using his secondary ability as well. His captain's ability mainly because when defending, this is more again within territories. If you're defending probably on a capture node of some form, most people are using McCoy for that purpose. And the reason for that is when defending, McCoy increases the shield, deflection, armor, and dodge of the ship by 300% of the health of all officers on the ship, which is quite significant if you have a high defense, high health sort of ship on defense. This could be obviously an incredibly useful captain's ability, especially if you partner him with the likes of maybe obviously Kirk and Spock, or Kirk and Ahora, or something on the lines of that. Obviously you're still going to need Kirk, because if you're going to use one of the other two characters, because you need that morale to pop, whereas obviously McCoy doesn't need the morale and he doesn't give morale, so just bear that in mind. But his secondary ability, if the ship is an explorer, which is probably going to be, McCoy increases the attack, defense, and health of all the officers on the ship by 20%. Again, this is why you want to potentially use, obviously, the Kirk with maybe Spock, due to the fact that McCoy's going to increase that defense by, and this is going to go up, obviously, every single time you level them up. Mine's at 20% at the moment. Bear in mind, again, only Ensign 1. But this will go up every time you level them up as well. And this will obviously directly impact Spock's ability, because Spock's ability takes from the defense of the ship. So if you can get that defense higher, or as high as humanly possible, then by using McCoy, then obviously his ability is going to work even more so than before. So that's the sort of crew layouts that most people have been using for territory battles, especially when it comes to defending / attacking, depending on what you want to do during that territory battle. If you want to defend, most people are going with McCoy as captain. If you want to attack, most people are going with Kirk as captain. If you're using this new morale sort of setup, obviously you don't have to, but it's certainly a decent ability. The only thing that I would take from this is you're probably going to need officers of a decent level before these abilities start really impacting you or impacting other players. So you want to try and get these maybe to level 3, level 4 and above probably level 3 and above before you start really using them to be impactful. Other than that, please let me know your thoughts down below. Hopefully this video has been useful if you are wanting to use these types of characters and where to use them and how to use them. So hopefully it has been useful for that purpose. If it has, don't forget to like down below. Every single like helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to comment, which is the main thing. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and whether you think you agree or whether you disagree with my sort of analysis of the crews. I'm really interested in your thoughts. Other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the stream later. Bye bye for now.